I'm in the middle of cross-examining a medical expert, my opponent's medical expert. And now, as I'm questioning him, the judge turns to me and says, Mr. Oginski, hold on a second. I have a series of questions I want to ask this expert. Can the judge do that? Can the judge interrupt my cross-examination to ask his own questions? You want to know the answer? Come join me on this walk as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. The short answer is yes, the judge can do that. Now, why would the judge want to go ahead and interrupt my cross-examination? I'll tell you why. Because the judge is concerned. The judge has questions. Maybe he doesn't understand something that the witness has said. Maybe he doesn't understand a question that I have asked. Maybe there's something bothering him in the back of his mind about what was talked about, and he wants additional information. He's probably thinking that if he has questions about something this expert has said, then surely the jury has the same questions. So he wants to go ahead and get a jump on this, get the answers now so they don't forget it, and don't rely on the attorneys to try and bring out this information. Now, is that appropriate? The answer is, it is. Why is that appropriate? It's because the judge controls everything that happens in the courtroom. The judge controls which witnesses will testify. The judge controls what questions are permissible. The judge decides what evidence comes in before the jury, what photographs, what documents the jury gets to see. The judge decides when court starts, when it finishes, when they take lunch, and the judge also makes rulings of law. So now, when the judge goes ahead and interrupts my cross-examination, clearly he wants clarification. Now, here's an interesting question. What happens, though, if, when the judge is now asking this expert questions, I think it's an inappropriate question, or I don't think it's phrased properly, or I don't think it's an appropriate topic for my cross-examination? Can I go ahead and object to the judge's interruption and the judge's question? The answer is, yes, I can. Okay, if I can do that, who do I make the objection to? Now, during the course of trial, when an attorney has an objection, either to a piece of evidence or to a question being raised or to a particular topic that he thinks is improper, the attorney has to jump up out of his seat, yell out objection, state the legal reason why he thinks it's inappropriate, and now the judge, the trial judge, has to make a snap decision about whether or not he believes he is right or whether or not he believes the attorney is wrong. If he believes the attorney is right, he's going to say objection sustained, which means, okay, this piece of evidence is not coming in, or no, counsel, you cannot ask this question. If he thinks that this objection is wrong, he's going to say objection overruled. Counsel, you can go ahead and ask that question, or yes, this topic is appropriate. So now if the judge goes ahead and asks a series of questions and I object to it for various reasons, I have no choice but to make the objection to the trial judge, the same one who has now interrupted me, the same one who is now asking the question, and I have to tell him why. Judge, I object. That's an inappropriate question. It's not phrased properly. I asked you to reconsider and withdraw that question. And you know what the judge will likely do? He'll likely turn around to me and say, objection overruled. That question is appropriate. Now sit down, counselor. That's likely what he's going to say. So what can I do? What recourse do I have in that instance? Very little. Why? Because the judge controls everything that goes on in the courtroom. The jury looks to the judge for guidance. If I were to now get into a big argument, a big verbal argument with the judge, who do you think they are going to side with? They're going to side in favor of the judge. Why? Because he is the one who makes all these rulings. If I have a real issue with what the judge has done, at the end of the trial, if the verdict goes against me, then I will have to consider whether the judge's actions caused or contributed to the actual outcome of this particular case. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you because this does happen from time to time, and there are some judges who become very active in what goes on during the trial. They want to learn, they want to know and understand this information, just like the jury does. And in all likelihood, the judge thinks he's doing a great service for the jury to explain further, to get additional information before them so they can make an educated decision about whether or not the injured patient is slightly more likely right than wrong than what they are claiming is true. You know, I realize you're likely watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York and you are thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but haven't done so yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.